Angel Rebo, known as the CEO Confidant.
Is an influencer, international TV host, public speaker, CEO consultant, board member, and philanthropist.
I was always doing the same thing. So I was always helping my employers to develop their businesses. I think that business leaders now need to be conscious like never before. They need to hear different messages.
Angel has empowered more than 1,500 CEOs in 33 different countries and speaks 5 languages.
Hello, everybody. This is Angel Rebo, the CEO Confidant, and also in Latin America known as the co-founder and president of the Wisdom for Kids Foundation. We are here again today with Neville Joffe, who is the author of this incredible book called The Baker's Dozen Rules of Highly Successful Business Operators. Neville Joffe, also known as one of the most relevant executive educators in the Americas today. How are you doing, Neville?
Wonderful, Angel. Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you. So, we're going to talk about, chapter 8 of your most recent book, which is actually the title of chapter 8 is Finding Hidden Pockets of Profit. So it couldn't be more relevant for today's what's going on in the economy, right? So having to do more with less. So how have you typically seen that corporations can find, those hidden pockets of profit?
Angel, what worked a year or 2 or 3 ago, 2 or 3 years ago, rather, it might have been a good decision then. It doesn't mean it's a good decision now. And I believe it's incumbent upon people to keep reevaluating process and resources. And there's so much waste. And I think that one of the good thing, if you will, for the want of a better word, given this COVID situation today, one of the good things that has come about is people, because resources are now becoming scarce, money in particular, and customers and so on, a lot of companies are now looking at redundancies. And there was never a better time to do this, to reassess process. And there are so many redundancies in the market today, in businesses today, that want us to reassess, do we really need X, Y, and Z?
Do you think that, by the way, I forgot to say something before, which is, Neville has helped more than, 20,000, has trained more than 20,000 business operators and executives in large companies in the world, like Bombardier, like Campbell Soup, like Hallmark Cards. So, according to your experience, Neville, how easy it is to find those hidden pockets of profit in corporations today?
Angel, it's very simple, but it's not easy.
Okay.
There's a lot of emotion involved. And in my experience, it's one of the good practices that I support and I recommend to clients is to do what I call the test of deprivation.
Okay, what is that?
People need to take a look at processes and ask themselves, what would happen if this process didn't happen? What would happen if we didn't have this meeting? What would happen if we didn't generate these reports? What would happen if I didn't need X, Y, and Z? And it's amazing how many processes that cost money are taken for granted. We just say we're doing it. One of the terms that I have so much difficulty accepting is when you ask somebody why they're doing something, and they tell you because we've always done it like that.
Wow, very common.
And these are poisonous words in my mind, because it's demonstrating that people are just accepting status quo. So, for example, I'm going to talk about hidden pockets of profit. When you go to a meeting, I wonder how many of our listeners have said to themselves, and they go to a meeting, what am I doing at this meeting?
Totally.
Every time I've worked with people in workshops when we're delivering business acumen lessons, usually there's a roar of laughter. Well, this is actually not so funny, because you work out how much productivity is taken out of the workplace because people are sitting in meetings where they have no business to be in. So I recommend that you work on, and I've done this in my own companies, that they work on a hierarchy, if you will. Everybody who should be upside down. Everyone who should be at their meeting starts off, and as you move down the agenda, those people that have no right or no need to be present for that topic have the ability to leave. that you should have maybe 2 or 3 people left at the end. So just as an example, these are the hidden pockets of profit. How many times are people CC'd on emails? There's no way they should be involved in it. Or receiving photocopies of documents they have no right to be receiving. So these are some of the hidden pockets of profit. They may seem small, but they add up.
Obviously, after training 20,000, business operators and C-level executives, I mean, you've learned a lot of lessons, right? So where do you think that it's easier to find those gems?
Angel, on the top corner of my screen, you'll see the framework of what we do. We're in business to drive sustainable profits and cash flow. That's why investors invest in a business, whether you're a privately owned company, a venture capital owned company, publicly traded company, you're in business to drive sustainable profits and cash flow. But we also want to hold our people accountable for what they do. But it's not reasonable to hold them accountable if we don't engage them and educate them. It is therefore incumbent upon managers, leaders, etc. in organizations to engage the employees in the process and to have a completely open and transparent environment and talk about these redundancies. Find a way of incentivizing people to find these redundancies and get rid of them, because we're carrying so much fat in organizations unnecessarily, regardless whether we're making a profit or not. These types of redundancies need to be examined all the time, but you can only do that through engagement.
I would like to bring the people again, our audience, back to the book. And the reason is that this book is pretty unique in the sense that you can open it flat. Sorry, we have this, this background, electronic background. But you can open it flat. And actually this chapter, interestingly enough, the finding, hidden profits of profit is one of the chapters that has more questions. So that, there's, this book has a lot of pages for notes. And probably the reason is that there are so many sources of potential, redundancies and places in the organization right now to find these hidden pockets of profit. Does it make sense at all, Neville?
Yeah, I designed this book, Angel. I try and keep things efficient. I don't waste words unnecessarily. People are busy. They haven't got time to read a lot of nonsense and repetitive stuff. I have a philosophy, just, say what you need to say and get on with it. So the book is made up of an introductory part, which just creates context to the topic, such as don't do the wrong thing more efficiently. Don't evaluate numbers in isolation. The word so what, just do as you say you're going to do. There's context. Then there's a bunch of questions to really get the reader to do a deep dive into some of these questions they should be sharing or asking their colleagues, employees, whatever. And there's places for notes. And the whole idea here is not about the answers, it's about the questions people should be asking.
Exactly. Neville, I would like to ask you also, this is your latest book, and what does this book represent? Because you have written many books, including textbooks for colleges. What does this book represent in your career?
This for me, Angel, is a legacy. As you can see, I'm only 50 years old plus a lot of tax. This is part of a legacy for me. Over the years, people are like, I have an old-fashioned humor, and people often say to me, Neville, you really need to write down some of your Nevilisms, as they'd call them, some of these expressions. So I decided, after being in business for more than 40 years, and 25 of which has been in education, I decided to write down these Nevilisms and in the form of a book to bring value to others. I wrote this book to be read, and I want people to read it because I have a strong belief, a passionate belief, that not all, but there's a lot of golden nuggets in here that will literally change the economic lives of the readers. Excellent. If people would like to reach out to you, Neville, what's the best way to connect? Just email me. I love a good chat, in case you didn't notice. It's Neville, Neville, at bizwisdom, bizwisdom.com. Excellent. Well, thank you for being with us today, Neville. It's been a pleasure. You're very welcome, Angel. The pleasure was mine.
Thank you again, and thank you everybody watching us today. Thank you for being here with us at the CEO Confident TV. It's been a pleasure to have you. I'm sure that you have enjoyed this conversation as much as we have. Hope to see you soon in our next show. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye now.
Thank you so much for watching our show today. The entire team of the CEO Confident appreciate your time and attention. If you think that you are a good fit for the CEO Confident TV, please connect with us on LinkedIn. We hope that you enjoyed today's show as much as we did. See you soon. Angel Rebo, the CEO Confident. Email address angel@angelrebo.com. Don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn. Thank you.